Welcome to Jungo's Disrupt or Die podcast, the ultimate dive into the bold world of disruptive marketing. Here, we'll arm you with the insights and strategies to break the mold, shake things up, and become the disruptor your industry needs. Ready to disrupt? Let's Jungo.
All right, let's dive into disruptive marketing today.
Sounds good.
I'm sure we've all heard the term. But what's it really about? We've got some interesting stuff to unpack, including some real-world examples from this agency called Jungo. They're known for their unique approach.
Yeah, it's helpful to start with a visual. Imagine like a flock of paper airplanes, all gray, flying in formation, and then one purple airplane breaks away and heads in a completely different direction. That's disruption in a nutshell.
I like that. So disruptive basically means going against the norm, doing something unexpected.
Precisely. Challenging the status quo. Now apply that to marketing, and you get disruptive marketing.
Makes sense. So this isn't just like some trendy new buzzword, right?
Not at all. You can think back to the early trade fairs in the 9th century. They disrupted like the existing person-to-person trading systems. They paved the way for a whole new market dynamic.
Right.
Or Gutenberg's printing press in the 15th century. Suddenly businesses could reach the masses with newsletters, early forms of disruptive marketing.
Wow, disruption has been around for centuries. But why is it so important today?
Well, the landscape's changed dramatically. Technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace. Just look at the explosive growth of cell phone usage. In just a few decades, it's gone from like a rarity to something almost everyone has. And this digital shift has, it's revolutionized how marketers reach their audience.
Yeah, I remember when having a cell phone was a luxury. And it's not just the technology, right? Consumer expectations have changed.
Oh, absolutely, especially younger generations. They're bombarded with information. They have higher expectations than ever before. They're active on social media, crave personalized experiences, and they value customer success as a key to brand loyalty.
It sounds like businesses really need to step up their game to keep up with these evolving expectations.
Exactly. It's no longer enough to simply offer a good product or service. You need to create a memorable experience. Engage with your customers on a deeper level, and constantly adapt to the changing landscape.
I see. So how are companies actually pulling this off? Let's take a look at some real-world examples from Jungo, an award-winning disruptive marketing agency. They have this multi-hub approach, which sounds intriguing.
Yeah, we'll delve into their process a little later. But first, let's look at a couple of their campaigns. One example is their work with Hubo, a home improvement store chain. They were tasked with opening a new store in a location that used to be a beloved discotheque, a place filled with nostalgia for the locals.
A disco-turned-hardware store? Sounds like a challenge. What did they do?
Jungo went all out. With this disruptive launch event called Hubo Club, they recreated the atmosphere of the iconic disco within the new modern store space, complete with music, dancers, and visuals that evoked those nostalgic feelings.
Wow. They turned a regular store opening into a full-blown experience. Did it work?
The results were impressive. They sold out all 400 tickets, generated massive buzz on social media. Their promo video got over 1 million views, and attracted significant media attention. Most importantly, it drove a huge increase in foot traffic and sales for the new store.
That's incredible. It seems like they really tapped into the emotional connection people had with that location. But let's move on to another example. Victa Sales, a call center that needed to hire a large number of new agents.
This one's interesting. To attract potential employees in a competitive job market, Jungo organized a job event with a unique twist. They brought in alpacas.
Alpacas?
Yeah.
At a job fair, that's certainly not something you see every day. What were they thinking?
They knew they had to stand out and create something memorable. They wanted to generate buzz and create a positive association with the company.
Did it work?
Absolutely. The event was a huge success, sparking conversations with potential employees and garnering media coverage in prominent regional newspapers. And you know what's even funnier? They initially tried to get penguins.
Penguins? That's even more out there. So we're seeing that disruptive marketing can take many forms. But how does Jungo come up with these ideas? Their disruptive process sounds pretty systematic.
It is. They have a multi-stage approach to crafting and executing these unique campaigns.
Let's unpack that process. What's the first step?
It all begins with thorough homework. They use online questionnaires and analyze existing marketing efforts to get a clear understanding of the client's current landscape.
So they're really doing their research up front. Then what?
The next phase is diagnosis. They conduct dare-to-ask surveys, targeting both the client's audience and employees. Then they hold a discovery day. for in-person brainstorming and strategy development.
Dared ask surveys. Sounds interesting. What kind of questions are we talking about?
Well, they're digging deep, trying to uncover hidden insights and perceptions. So for the target audience, they might ask about their needs, pain points, and what they value in a brand. And for employees, the questions might focus on company culture, internal processes, and their perspectives on customer interactions.
So it sounds like they're really getting like a 360-degree view of the company and its relationship with customers. What happens on Discovery Day?
It's a day of intense collaboration. They bring together key stakeholders, including the client team and Yungo strategists, and they do exercises like role-playing pitches and envisioning future scenarios. It's all about gaining a deeper understanding of the client's business and brainstorming potential solutions.
So it's not just sitting around a table talking. They're getting up, putting themselves in different roles.
Exactly, bringing ideas to life and fostering a more dynamic and creative environment. And this leads to the creation of the disruptive plan.
Okay, let's break that down. What does it entail?
So first, they define the scope. This involves analyzing the brand, its current strategy, competitors, market trends, and customer and employee personas. They basically paint a comprehensive picture of where the client stands and what they're aiming for.
Sounds pretty thorough. What's next?
They then articulate the North Star for the plan. This is like the guiding vision, the ultimate goal they're trying to achieve. It could be anything from increasing brand awareness to launching a new product to boosting customer loyalty.
So it's like setting a destination, a clear target.
Precisely. Then comes the essentials. This outlines the fundamental steps needed for a strong marketing foundation. So things like content calendars, social media strategies, media buying plans, comprehensive keyword research. It's about building a solid base upon which to layer the disruptive elements.
So it sounds like they're not just focused on the like flashy, attention-grabbing stuff. They're paying attention to those core marketing fundamentals.
Absolutely. A strong foundation is crucial. And finally, we get to the heart of the plan, the disruptive ideas.
Now we're talking. Tell me about these disruptive ideas.
So they brainstorm 5 original, creative, and impactful ideas, carefully scored for their originality, potential for disruption, feasibility, and overall impact. These ideas are what will truly set the client apart from their competitors.
So it's not just about coming up with crazy ideas to be different. There's a process for evaluating and selecting the best ones.
Exactly. They're looking for ideas that are both innovative and strategically aligned with the client's goals. And the final stage of the disruptive plan is the operational plan.
What happens there?
This is where they take those disruptive ideas and translate them into a detailed, actionable plan for the year ahead. They break down the plan into specific tasks, assign responsibilities, set timelines, and allocate resources. They also factor in costs and potential ROI.
So it's not just about having great ideas, it's about turning those ideas into a concrete plan.
Precisely, bridging the gap between inspiration and implementation.
This whole process is fascinating. It's clear Yungo takes a very strategic approach to disruptive marketing. But I'm curious, do you think this approach can be applied to any business? Or is it more suited to certain industries?
That's a great question. While Yungo's specific process might not be a one-size-fits-all solution, I think the underlying principles of disruptive marketing are applicable across industries.
Could you expand on that? What are the key takeaways we can glean from Yungo's approach and these examples?
Well, the core principle is to challenge conventions. Don't be afraid to question the status quo and explore new ways of doing things, like Hubo turning their store opening into a disco party, or Victus Sales bringing alpacas to a job fair.
Those were definitely memorable campaigns. What else?
Well, it starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, what's everyone else doing? Ask, what can I do differently? And you don't need a massive budget or a team of experts to get started.
So small businesses and solopreneurs can play this game too.
Absolutely. It's about being resourceful and creative. Maybe it's experimenting with a new social media platform. If you haven't explored TikTok yet, consider how you can leverage its short-form video format to showcase your brand personality and engage a younger audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've been hesitant to jump on the TikTok bandwagon, but maybe it's time to give it a try. What are some other ways to, dip your toes into disruptive marketing?
Well, think about hosting an unconventional event, like Victus Sales did with the alpacas. What's something unexpected and memorable that would resonate with your target audience? Maybe it's a flash mob promoting your product, or a pop-up shop in a unique location.
So it's all about creating that buzz
Yeah,
and getting people talking.
exactly. And remember, it doesn't have to be a grand spectacle. Sometimes a subtle shift in your messaging can make a big impact. Focus on solving your audience's pain points in a way that no one else is.
So really understanding your audience is key.
It's crucial. Take the time to research their needs, wants, and challenges. What keeps them up at night? What are their aspirations? Once you understand their motivations, you can tailor your messaging and offerings to resonate with them on a deeper level.
And of course, don't forget to track your results. How do you know if your disruptive efforts are actually working?
That's where data comes in. Use analytics tools to monitor your website traffic, social media engagement, and sales conversions. Are you seeing an uptick in interest? Are people talking about your brand? Are you attracting new customers?
It's all about measuring the impact of your efforts.
Precisely. And remember, disruptive marketing is all about continuous learning and improvement. Don't be afraid to experiment. Analyze your results, and adjust your approach accordingly. What works today might not work tomorrow, so stay flexible and adaptable.
This has been a great deep dive into the world of disruptive marketing. I'm feeling inspired to shake things up in my own work. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners as they embark on their disruptive journeys?
Yeah, don't let fear hold you back. Embrace the unknown. Challenge conventions, and most importantly, have fun with it. Disruptive marketing is all about pushing boundaries and creating something truly remarkable, so go out there and make some noise.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.
So, like what you hear? Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your colleagues and loved ones. See you next time, and stay disruptive.